Yeah, yeah. Yeah, yeah. Yeah, 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 yeah. Hey.
Phantom traffic. That's what we're starting off on
word
up here.
Because what I'm seeing is like it says on the GPS traffic, and I'm expecting like some type of accident or something, and nothing. It's just everybody's just moving at a slow turtle pace.
Yeah. It's like one person. You always see that one person up above that fucks it all up.
That's usually how it is, man.
I'd rather drive 7 hours no traffic than 4 hours with traffic.
I could see that.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, I could see that.
Do you want to give an introduction before we start? And
Yeah, of course.
we're on the streets of Worcester right now.
Okay.
At
Word.
Gambrino's.
Yeah, word. So it's your boy Stack Federal Dollars representing the Power City, you know what I'm saying? One half of the Materia Prima, you know what I mean? So I'm going to pass the mic to my man.
Peace. Big Grudge, repping Strong Island, New York, producer / verbalist.
And I'm
Word.
guessing the other half.
Indeed.
How did that come together? How did y'all meet? What's the origin story?
Well, me and him, we family, we Peruvian. So basically, my Grand Earth and his grandfather, they brothers and sisters. So, you know what I'm saying? And in time, I was doing my thing with the music, and then my cousin, Eddie, he kept telling me, he's like, yo, I got cousins, you got family out in Long Island that's doing their thing. You need to link up with them. So I was like, all right, bet, no doubt, make it happen. So one time he had a function at his house, and he invited me to the function, and he was there. And ever since then, we've been like this.
Is that how you remember it too?
That's exactly how it went down. He didn't miss no details. Our cousin Eddie.
Aren't you, Hannah?
Our cousin Eddie, who's down in Florida right now, he was the plug that connected us. You know what I'm saying? We was family all along, but without recollection, because I'm all the way in New York. He's in Jersey. So when we was at Eddie's house, you know what I'm saying, he made the introduction, and the rest is history.
How did that lead to music?
Musically, he was already involved. I was already involved. I was doing my thing. I've been doing my thing for years. He was also coming up. And the minute that he said to me that he does music, then that was the link right there. So we vibed off of that.
Word, indeed. Basically, like my cousin Eddie was telling me, he was like, yo, you got family in Long Island that's doing their thing. They dope. So I was like, all right, bet, because it's foreign to me to know any other Peruvians rapping, and let alone to have family doing their thing. So I was like, all right, bet. So when he linked us up, that's been it ever since then.
There's really not like a big Peruvian rap scene at all?
No. I mean,
That we know of.
there are Peruvians doing it. No doubt, there's Peruvians doing it. I don't want to, shun anybody or slight anybody, but the thing is, there's nobody in the upper echelon, throughout the whole industry. The only person you may say is Immortal Technique. That's it.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Are y'all fans of him?
Immortal Technique, he's nice. He's nice, yeah.
He's cool.
Yeah, he's nice.
He's like that super lyrical shit.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Word.
I was saying that because you sent me the songs, and I was saying that I really like the I don't know how to describe. I said funk earlier, but the groove to it differently.
Okay.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like it's like
Well, if you
he's very structured. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? Like I like something with a little bit more movement to it. If you know what I mean.
Bet. So if you
And you were asking me what my favorite songs off of it was. I liked L to L. That was the one that I really liked.
Okay.
And the one with Ada.
Ada, yeah.
Ada,
Shout out
yeah.
to Ada, you know what I'm saying? The Swamp Empress. Respect. Voice to power, you know what I'm saying? Word.
Yeah. So how's this pop project coming together? Is that the whole thing that you sent me?
Yeah, indeed.
And when's it dropping?
Right now, you know what I'm saying, it's up in the air. We waiting for artwork. Once the artwork is finished, then we'll be able to pinpoint exactly when we're going to drop it. But I believe it'll be sometime in September. Yeah, sometime in September. Probably by like the third week of September. That's what we're shooting for.
How long did it take y'all to make?
We started the project in February and it was done in April. So consistently, that time period, we knocked out the project. So that's like 2 months and a half.
In the studio with each other?
Correct. We was in the studio. It was recorded in Jersey at my man DJ Moet's crib. Shout out to Moet. And like I said, just in that brief period of time, we made it happen. But this is a second part of something that started a few years back, because we recorded a part one back in '01, right? '01 was it? And then this is part two. So we already had that momentum going into the second version or installment of it, because we fed off of the first one.
You said in '01.
No, 21.
Oh, and 21.
Yeah,
I was about to be like in '01. That shit's crazy. That was a long time.
21.
That was a long time coming. No, it's all good. I like to just start the conversation, whatever, and we'll kind of like get into it whenever.
Okay.
Do you want to just pick that up and hold that as the microphone instead of like hold it?
Whatever makes the,
All right. I'm sorry. I was confused. I thought we were just sitting down.
No,
I didn't know.
Baby. We all sitting down.
I would have come to a.
We all sitting down, my brother.
I was saying that a pipe burst in my studio, bro.
A plate?
A pipe.
Oh, a pipe.
A pipe burst in the studio, so that's why we're doing it here.
Oh, okay, overstood. I was a little thrown off when your manager hit me with the message. I was like, why are we doing it outside? But I bet, it is what
literally,
it is.
the studio got destroyed yesterday, so they got to get water damage, all that shit in.
Man.
Have y'all ever lost music?
Yeah, of course. I think that's a process with any artist. You lose music. And some of that music, you best believe is the best thing since sliced bread. But, everything happens for a reason. You know what I mean? So, yeah, I've definitely lost music.
The answer to that, definitely. I've lost plenty of music off of discs. I started on floppy disks, so I lost it on floppy disks. I lost it on the little ADAS, the little micro flash cards. I've lost music plenty of times, and it's a pain in the ass, but it's a part of what we do. It's part of the whole situation.
Word.
It's one of those things that, like, if that's the thing that's gonna stop you,
then
that's
you might
like,
not do this.
When was the time that you thought you lost sliced bread? You know what I mean? When you thought you lost it.
I believe the time that I believe I lost that was when I was going to LI a lot, and I was recording at Q&Q's, and I had a bunch of tracks, and I took it to him proudly. I was like, yo, yeah, I'm doing something. But when he heard it, he was like, nah, that's not it. And eventually I lost that CD. So yeah, that was it. You know what I'm saying?
How'd
that
you
was the
lose
turning
it?
point.
Did you lose it or did he take that shit?
No.
He's like, this shit
I
ain't.
had 2 copies. He had one and I had the other copy, and somehow I lost the other copy. And he lost the other copy as well. So, it all happens for a reason. That's how I see things.
You think it's like safe now with technology, you think your shit, but like I've lost episodes of the podcast.
Yeah.
I've like had the shit glitch out, you know what I mean? And it's like, you're right, it is like an experience that you get coming from it, you know what I mean? How about you losing music? Do you have a story that...
Story, yeah. There was one time when I had a compact flash drive, the little joints that go into the MPC. I might have had like 2 solid years of work over, I want to say over 70 tracks, solid tracks. And I'm putting in the card into the MPC overloaded, it blacked out, and everything in the MPC that I had at the moment and everything that was in the card just was lost forever. So I kind of had to go back into my memory to see how to recreate some of the music that was on there. I was able to recuperate on memory, some of it, but the majority of that shit was gone.
And it never really is the like...
Nah. You might be able to capture 1 or 2, but no.
Yeah.
It's never the same.
It's like having a conversation. Like imagine like I've lost podcasts and then you try to have the same conversation twice and you're like, it loses the spontaneity of it. Yeah.
Right.
That's why like regular interviews are cool, but like I like the spontaneity of conversation. You know what I mean? Like shit's too like structured. You know what do you guys know who the rapper Blue is?
Blue?
Blueface?
Like,
No, not Blueface.
Okay.
Blue, like lyrical dude. He had a project with Exile. Anyway, I had him on the podcast, and he had signed a deal to Warner Brothers. And the week after he signed, his crib got robbed, and all his music was taken.
Wow.
All of it. and it made him like take a fucking break.
Mm-hmm.
It made him take a break, but then he came back being like, if I don't come
Vengeance.
back,
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
I can't. You
Right,
know what
right,
I
right.
mean? Like, that shit does happen in
Mhm.
life, whether you believe it, like,
I believe those are the moments that life puts in front of you to see how bad you really want to go to the other side.
yeah.
You know what I'm
Do you
saying?
have, like, one moment in your life, like a turning point in your life where you, like, took yourself seriously? Either of you.
A turning point in my life when I took myself seriously? I mean, I take myself seriously every day.
But it's like an
But-
art, not as an artist, but it's like, I'm going to do this until the wheels fall off type
Oh, okay,
shit.
okay. I see what you're saying. Well, I believe that had transpired after we dropped the first album. I'm a part of a company called 85 Music. Salute the whole 85 Music. I'm the flagship artist of 85 Music. So after we dropped the first album, Just Another Street Musician, that's when I was like, yeah, I think I have it in me to go further. That was the turning point for me. Even after all my previous work, there was always iffy moments. But after we dropped that first album and did everything professionally, like everything was on DSPs and we were doing everything the way it's supposed to be, I was like, all right, bet, yeah, I'm on this journey till the boat sinks.
What about it? What about that?
That moment just made me feel great because I saw all the work that we put into it, and then the end result was just like watching a child being born, you know? And when a child is born, it's like it mesmerizes you. So that's how I felt like that.
And that was the first time you had that from like a
Yeah,
project
yeah,
you put
yeah.
out.
What was the question?
The moment in life that you took yourself seriously as an artist, or
As
like,
an artist, I would say young, maybe 12, 13 years old when I first saw that I was able to put words together and rhyme. I've never not taken myself seriously, not only artistically, but in everything, in all aspects. So I would say young. There was no real like defining moment. It's just the moment I knew I could do it. It was on and popping from that moment on, from then till now. So no definitive, like, you know, I fell off my bike, hit my head, and I started, you know what I'm saying? Now I've always been, you know, everybody has a talent, so I've always was able to tap into my musical talent, even young. You know what I mean?
it's funny you say, because I did get, you were asking me about my school, like coming up and shit. I got a bad head injury, and that's what made me start all this
That's
shit.
what's up.
I started listening to podcasts and all that, and just
Right.
kind of figuring out how that came.
How did that injury occur?
I was trying to impress a girl playing hockey.
That's how it
many
usually
times?
happens.
Isn't that how it usually happens?
right.
You try to impress a chick.
So you don't like hockey at all?
Nah. Are you a hockey fan?
No, what I'm saying is,
He wears hockey jerseys.
yeah, I do. But my question, but my thing is, no. But my thing is, you just indulged in hockey just because she likes hockey,
She
or
was, yeah.
she was a super hockey
You
fan?
know when? Damn, I can't believe I'm admitting you would never when you first started dating, you never simped for the first girl you fell in love for. You
Okay.
like you would do anything for until
So
you
that
realized
was that situation
That
you
was
was
that
in.
situation.
Okay.
She said she wanted a guy who played hockey.
Yeah, yeah.
And I was like, I'll play hockey.
Mhm.
Got a head injury.
And she left you.
Fast forward, of course. You think I'm still with that
Man.
bitch?
I'm thinking she probably would have rolled it out with you. Know what I'm saying?
You know, you guys never did that shit. You were men from the beginning, never simp for no girl.
I mean, nah, you know.
The first, your
yeah.
first love. You know what I
Yeah,
mean?
I mean, you know that's a part of, you know what I'm saying, your growth and development.
100%.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah, word, exactly. Yeah.
How old were you when you first got your heart broken?
Man. That's a good question.
I don't know. I might have been maybe in the 4th or 5th grade. You know, mad young. You know,
yeah.
mad young.
I think that's when it occurs. You know what I'm
You
saying?
know, when the shit, you don't know what you're doing. She
Right.
don't know what she's doing. You know what I'm saying? You like that one. She don't like you. You writing letters.
Yeah.
The letters get thrown in the garbage. You know what I mean?
You bringing candy to school. You know what I'm
Yeah,
saying?
man,
Trying to give
was,
it to her.
was way back.
Yeah, word.
Way back.
What was your schooling like? What was your school? You asked me about my high school. What was your, well, you said 4th grade, which is, I was a little later in development. I don't think I was in 4th grade.
It's that Latin blood. It's that Latin blood. Word.
So what was your like schooling like growing up? I'll give you all both the mic.
Yeah.
Well, my schooling began in Passaic, New Jersey. Passaic, New Jersey it's like everything that a little kid should know, we all knew. You know what I'm saying? From first grade to on, you know what I'm saying? So I was smart, very intelligent in school, but I was also a troublemaker, and I would get in trouble, class clown. That part of my life, when we talk about schooling, I wasn't really focused on young in age. So just, trying to make fun out of everything, you know what I'm saying? But I guess like a typical young kid that needed to be disciplined, that was me in school. And that was from grade 1 all the way through probably the 10th grade. After that, that's when I started to focus on what I needed to do and going to college and all these other things. But from 1 to 10, I was a handful. I was involved in a lot of shit. You know what I'm saying? I was a graffiti king in my day, so I'm scrolling on everything, you know what I'm saying, getting caught, having to wash the bathrooms off, you know what I'm saying? All of that
some
shit.
Bart
you know
Simpson stuff. Word. Yeah,
that was me, and cutting class, jumping out the school buses, but none of this is to condone that behavior. If I was to go back and try to do it all over again, I would correct all of that, but
I think we all would, you know what I'm saying?
That was my schooling right there, pretty much.
Similar, you know what I'm saying, upbringing in school as well. Just striving to find your way, striving to stand out, and just striving to be somebody in life. But sometimes when you're striving to be somebody in life, you don't know exactly how to maneuver when you don't have nobody to guide you. So, you'll find yourself acting out, being the class clown, being destructive, when you should really be focused. So, yeah.
Correct.
Don't you think you said if you wouldn't condone it, and I'm not condoning it either, but like, don't you think you might need you need to let loose a little in life to realize
everything
that
in
it
moderation
might not be, like, the people who never did anything and then it just goes wild when they finally, you know what I mean? Like, you kind of need a little bit of,
they set a barn on fire out of nowhere.
Yeah, exactly.
Right.
Yeah, they could never light a match before in their whole life.
Right.
And then they fucking light the barn on fire.
Word.
For real, like.
I think you're right about that, but it has to be, kids should have that. You are 100% correct. They should have that release. But then, like, let's say we was all in, like, second grade or whatever, and me and him are acting out, and you're trying to learn. So now we're disrupting your learning, you know what I'm saying, procedure or whatever, and then that's unfair to you, right? So if that's the case, then we would have to be in a room where we all collectively just turn up, and then nobody learns anything. You see what I'm saying? So in moderation, and maybe there should be maybe less hours of school. You know what I'm saying? Something where you're not always in that box, and then you feel compelled to have to wild the fuck out every day in school and cause trouble. You know what I mean?
Because it's similar to like being caged up like an animal. You know what I'm saying? An animal, once he gets out into the wilderness after being inside for so long, just starts getting into mischief. You know?
That's correct.
Yeah.
And I think a lot of kids are like that. They have that energy burst, and that shit got to go somewhere. And sometimes it's projected in the wrong situation, and then that comes with trouble.
You said you're wearing your son's jersey
Yes.
right now. Do you see that in your son, or are you more of a like?
Nah, they were a little more controlled, respectable. Me, I was a lot loose. Salute to Bellport High School. I am wearing the Bellport Clippers baseball jersey. Bellport, Strong Island. Salute. And they were a lot different than I was, thank God. But I'm sure in their little way, they did what they had to do. You know what I'm saying, to release or whatever. But I didn't see half the shit that I did. They were nowhere near that, and I'm grateful for that. I'm grateful for that. Grateful.
When your children, It's a blessing when you procreate and then your children don't follow your path and they're better than you, because that's the whole process. Creating children so they become better than you. That's why we instill, go to school, make sure you focus on this, make sure you focus on that. Because when we were growing up, those are the things we weren't focusing on. So that's the only reason why it's a beautiful thing to see your children, you know what I'm saying, blossom to better people than you know what I mean? Word up.
100%.
What's the best piece of advice you think you could instill in a younger generation?
That depends though, you know, because you gotta first and foremost find out what they into and what they wanna do in life. You know, because like for example, some people aren't always good. Some people are just naturally bad. You know what I'm saying? So it's hard to tame that energy because they just want to keep going left. As many times you try and push them right, they want to keep going left. So it's really up to the situation and how you observe that individual. You know what I'm saying? So that's my answer to that.
I mean, the best advice that I could give a younger person would be to be an individual and not to follow anybody, because that's how a lot of us get into situations, is you're trying to follow or be somebody that you're not.
See? Case in point. You got
I would
yourself hurt.
say be a super individual and be patient with yourself and go get it. You know what I'm saying? Because your youth is
Short-lived. Word
you
up.
know what I'm saying?
Short-lived.
So it goes by quick. But be an individual and don't be don't get caught up in all of that group thinking and group behavior where you're getting yourself hurt or you're hurting other people. So be an individual and go out there and do what you got to do in a timely fashion.
Word. Social media is driving a lot of people crazy right now because these everybody has access to superstars, you know? So they seeing all this luxury living and people want that, and they go out and do the most disturbing thing, thinking that they're going to accomplish that overnight, but they don't know that the people who actually are showing that, one, some of them are faking it, and two, it takes a lot of hard work to gain what they're actually reflecting. So,
Yeah.
you know, people got to understand that too.
That was a big thing I've realized doing this podcast, is seeing like behind the curtain type thing.
Yeah.
Seeing behind the curtain. I won't say the name of it, but we were at like a big radio station.
Nah, say the name. Put them
I
on blast.
ain't gonna put them
them on
on
blast.
We
Put
were
'em
at
on blast.
Frank would get so mad if I did. We were at a big radio station that probably has millions and millions of dollars worth of funding and all that. But I know that like my social media is getting more numbers than theirs, and I'm like, what is really behind this? There is a lot of fake in it.
Yeah,
There
yeah,
is a lot of fake in
yeah,
it.
yeah.
Like you were saying, so I'm 27. It's so funny. I hit 27, and I was like,
Congratulations.
at 26, I was like, I'm a kid.
Yeah.
But at 27, I was like, shit, I gotta start taking shit seriously.
1 year later, hey man, it's a big
But-
difference. Yeah,
but
yeah.
I was like, I saw myself as youthful. I saw this as like, to me, what we're doing, I don't know how it's seen, is like different than what anyone else does. You know what I mean? Everyone wants to put a lot behind it and doesn't care about the realness of it. And I think the realness is more important in what is lost in social media. It's like when
Authenticity.
I listen to your project, I don't know how to describe it other than it was real. I could tell that you guys meant to work each other. I knew that you were making music the way you were supposed to, and its authenticity is something you can't describe. You know what I mean?
yeah.
Like,
Word.
how do you put words to authenticity? How would you even describe your music? You know what I mean? Other than authentic.
Unique.
Do you know, like,
Unique.
how would you describe it? I would love to hear your thoughts. We're playing like musical chairs.
Yeah,
It's dope,
word,
though.
Word.
Pass the mic. That's
Yeah,
hip hop.
yeah, word.
Pass the mic.
Indeed.
But how I would describe our music would be just hip hop in its authentic state, like as far away from being diluted as possible, with a message behind the music.
Every time.
Hip hop music. Hip hop.
Yeah,
music.
indeed. I would describe it the same way, but I would add us representing the culture, us being really proud of who we are, because I'm gonna be honest with you. There's a few artists, you know what I'm saying, that don't know who they are. They just chasing the fame, the stardom. But start with knowing yourself first. And once you start knowing yourself first, you know what I'm saying, then that music will be more authentic.
Why do you think watered down music gets pushed more?
Because not a lot to think about.
The reason why watered down music gets pushed more is because it's more commercially successful, and it eliminates any type of responsibility on that artist. It's like
Right.
just reckless, just reckless wordplay, reckless rhyming, reckless messages in the music, and with no responsibility. Nobody's being held accountable for it, and it's commercially successful.
Right.
So that's why it's out there. It's prevalent. It's lucrative, right? And when the machine gets behind it, you know, it becomes worldwide, right?
Yeah, and not to
Nationwide,
cut and
worldwide.
not to cut your bill too. And it's also, you know what I'm saying, deceiving, because most of the people that are putting that music out there don't even live that life. You know what I'm saying? They living in the hills, far away from the hood. But what are they doing? They putting the youngins in a train of thought to believe, yo, I gotta be on demon time. Nah, you don't gotta be on demon time. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, that to that point, it's a plan. It's a plan to destroy the community. You know what I'm saying?
And you do think that the content, you said reckless bars, which I honestly have never heard before, and I don't think I've ever heard it put in that way, that's a really good way to put it, because I think the main argument is like, it's art. It's art, but you think that it's reckless because people are impressionable to what it's being talked about?
Well, music is very inspirational. So if you was to put out reckless bars or reckless music, it's going to inspire people to be reckless. There's no other way to look at it. And you're absolutely correct. It is art, but at what point do you correct that, because life imitates art or vice versa? So you know now that there is something that's behind all of this. It's very obvious now. Can you censor all rapping? Should you say, yo, kill all that type of messaging in the music? I would say no. What I would say is balance that shit out. Let some of the other types of messages in the music come out so that there's a balance, and it's just not reckless one-way music. It'll be a balance. You have your conscious rap, you have your, you know what I'm saying, your lyrical rap, you can have your commercial rap, your bubblegum rap, whatever else you want to put out there, but it has to be in a balance, because everything in life is a balance. It just can't be all one-sided, because then the whole shit tilts over, and you have pretty much what we have right now.
Well
When
said.
you create your music, do you create it with that message or intent behind it, or do you think that's just how you think, so it comes out naturally?
It's created with intent to have a message behind it that's going to be constructive, because I wouldn't want to put anything destructive out there. I don't represent that. I wouldn't want to represent that. And even if there was an ill check behind it, I wouldn't do it. I wouldn't compromise that. So it is made with the intent to uplift and not destroy.
Word, indeed. We always want to make sure that whatever we put out there has something meaningful to it. You know what I mean? And we believe in karma. We believe in karma. So, you know, you got to make sure you do right in order to get right in life. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. I believe in karma too, but karma is a hard thing to believe in, looking at social media and seeing people win who probably don't give a fuck about karma. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
Like,
indeed.
it's...
But then that goes to you then. What are you going to do in life? You know what I'm saying? Are you going to do right or are you going to do wrong? We all have a choice, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like my man said, it's a balance. So if you leaning too much to the left, you're going to end up crashing out. You got to understand what you want in life. And everything that you look to achieve in life has a path. Either you're going to go down the right way or you're going down the wrong way.
Yeah. Are y'all nerds about anything?
Nerds?
Yeah, like what are you most nerdy about? Like what do you nerd out about?
I think with him, just from observation, I think it's all the machines, all the beat machines. I think he's a nerd about that.
I agree.
Yeah.
I agree. Musically, when it comes to the vinyl, the machines, the wiring, the audio aspect of the beats and the music, I'm very nerdy about that.
Yeah,
And
he geeked up.
and it's dope.
Yeah,
You know what I'm saying?
word.
I'm a dope nerd.
Oh, yo, that
Dope
should be a
nerd.
T-shirt. Nobody still idea,
Revenge of the
man.
Dope Nerd.
Yeah, word. Revenge of the dope nerd. That was Booger. Yeah, you laughing like Booger now.
He's one of the Lambda, the tall,
the dudes,
yeah,
the brothers that saved
security,
them on the first one.
Security,
yeah,
right,
security.
word.
Yeah, nah, but
You thought I was saying that?
yeah.
Nah.
I had to pause right there.
I wouldn't do that. Nah.
So yeah, in reference toward me being a nerd, I think it's just music in general, man. You know what I'm saying? I just like to understand and comprehend different types of
he's
music.
nerdy with his words.
Nah,
Tell the goddamn truth. He's very wordy.
Nah,
He's nerdy when it comes to the words. He's a word nerd.
Nah.
That he's a word nerd right there. Word nerd.
Like
Tell the truth.
Nah. You
Tell
know,
the truth.
I just try to stick out. That's
Yeah.
it. You know, that's it.
He loves words. He's a human walking thesaurus.
Nah. But
With
yeah,
all
you
due
know what I'm saying?
respect,
Next
with all
question,
due
my
respect.
brother.
With all due respect.
I want to talk about the word nerd and the beat nerd, but so it's funny. I have this fucking dumb anime called One Piece. Never liked anime in my life, but I started watching this one, and the only reason I really like it is because in one of the first episodes, the main character is like, "I'm on this journey, no matter what happens. Like I don't care what people think. I'm just doing it because he knows he's right," and I think that's a big thing. Like. Creating with that message it's like you're not creating to get the views because you could be one of the artists who gets famous after you pass, like that would suck, but Van Gogh never sold a painting in his entire life. He only you create for what you want, you create for the message you do. And that's why I'm a nerd about anime. People always make fun of me that I like this, but I really do like it because it's like you're on this journey no matter what.
Correct.
The first question that I'm going to start this interview off with is, what was that moment? But and it might not be a big thing, but it is when you start your journey. You know what I mean? Like the first time, what was the first piece of music you guys made?
The first piece of music, like in reference toward
Yeah, like the first song you ever made.
the first song I ever made was catered to Rakim's Microphone Fiend. I can't remember the lyrics, but I remember actually going off that. I was like, all right, bet I want to rap like this. You know what I'm saying? So that was the first time I actually created something.
How old were you?
I want to say I probably was like 10.
Damn, the first song I ever made, that we would go back. I was in my teens, maybe 17. At that time, I was rhyming with my man. He was, me and him were it was a duo, and I believe it was called "Ripping the Microphone" or something to that extent.
Real
That
hip hopish.
That was the first time.
Yeah.
That we was like going with the bars, and we got to put the hook and like structuring the song where it was not just rhyming over a beat aimlessly. Like we actually put structure to it. I don't remember the year offhand, but it was that was the title, and that was around the age I was in when that song was created.
Word. Pardon.
It's funny you mentioned Rakim.
Yeah.
You were also talking about the social media being able to bring you closer. One of my favorite things ever from social media was Rakim collaborating with me on the post. Like, you posted a clip of my podcast.
Oh, word?
Of this
Yeah,
podcast
that's
on
dope.
his page.
That's dope.
And that was like little things. Little things like that.
See, and that shows it that the God is grounded, you know what I'm saying? Because a lot of people wouldn't even give a hoot, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But at the end of the day, since you showing love, there's no problem to reciprocate that.
Yeah.
And I think that's the issue. That's the issue with a lot of people who they find themselves up here with the numbers and the followers and all that. And it's like, yo, you know what I'm saying? Like, nah, I ain't gonna do that. Why? Because he's down here. Makes no sense. You know what I mean? We got to bring each other up.
Which is definitely happens. Some of my biggest interviews, the artists will do it, but they aren't gonna share it.
That's ridiculous.
You know what I
Why
mean?
come all the
Which
way
is
out here?
like-
You know what I'm saying? Waste gas, waste energy, and not actually put in the effort to catapult yourself as an artist and the person who's interviewing you.
Yeah.
It just makes no sense to me.
You realize why people have longevity in the game when people are like, cool. You know what I mean? Like, yeah, humble.
Word.
It could all end tomorrow.
Word.
You is a must to be humble because this shit on all levels could end tomorrow.
Word.
You know what I'm saying? So that's a humbling thought right there. You know what I'm saying? Like he said, we should all uplift one another, lend a helping hand because we all in this together. Well, you know,
Indeed.
it might be like cliche, but we all in this together.
Word. All in the same gang, the West Coast joint.
Correct.
Yeah, word.
Yeah.
Indeed.
Who were the first? What was your first like time you heard rap, or the first time you really were like,
I love this
damn,
question.
this
I love
is
this question. I gotta always give a shout out to Uncle Ralph, you know what I'm saying, Video Music Box, because he was the one, he was the outlet, you know what I mean, that put me into that realm like, damn, yo. And every time I saw Rakim, Big Daddy Kane, or, you know what I'm saying, what's my man's in them girls, I got them locked, Pump It Up.
Super Lover C.
Yeah, word. Whenever I saw them, or Special Ed, it was like, yo, I was seeing like, you know what I'm saying, superheroes, for real. Word up. So it was like a Marvel universe, if to say the less.
I feel, yeah, my dad played me fucking The Predator by Ice Cube when I was like 4 years old.
Oh, that's dope.
And I knew, when at 4, I knew every word to that album. Like, that was like, Dad took me to see Wu-Tang Clan when I was like 12. My mom like Lil Wayne and T.I. Like, but it was my dad. And my grandma be spitting bars.
That's crazy.
Another crazy. Shout out Erica Badu just followed me yesterday because of my grandma. Shout out Erica Badu, the queen, because my grandma. It was so funny. We were backstage at, it was Static Selecta, the Alchemist show in New York, and the Alchemist came up and he's like, I don't care. He's like, I'm a fan of your grandmother. I don't care if he's not a fan of me. He's a fan of Nana.
actually gives it new life.
Yeah, yeah. You ever seen those videos?
No,
Oh, they're great. They're great.
I
You're not
will.
a social media.
No, but I will peep that.
Do you even have an Instagram?
No, I have none of that. My Instagram is his Instagram. You want to get at me, get at him.
That's wild.
I'm not on that.
How do you feel about? How do you see?
There's multiple times we had dialogues, and I tell the brother, I'm like, bro, you need to get an Instagram. He's like, nah, I'm good. That just be his. He just ended like that. No, I'm good. So I don't even go any further with inquiring on why he should or giving information. I'm like, yo, you need to get an Instagram. I just keep it like that. He said,
Well,
nah,
this
I'm
is
good.
a podcast. I can ask.
Yeah.
Why don't you get the Instagram?
I don't know. I've never been into social media like that. Not at all. Everybody inquires. Stacks has asked me. Family members have asked me. I prefer to be, low key. I keep to myself. Whatever people are doing on social media, that's what they're doing. I know there's a lot of fuckery on that shit. I just, not everybody, you know what I'm saying? But I just choose not to be on there.
And the thing that made me stop asking was when I was like, yo, you know what I'm saying, you got all these beats, you could put them up and you got, have people gravitating and purchase the joints. It's like, nah, I ain't gonna have nobody steal my beats. And that was it. I ain't asked it. After that, I ain't asked again.
Real talk.
Yeah.
That is real.
yeah.
That's so crazy. I feel like you're one of the very, very, very few.
Uh-huh.
I mean,
There's
like,
a lot of people that are not on social media, but yeah, I guess.
Right. In person. The one you probably come across and met in person without a social media.
I'm a nerd about not being on social media. Very nerdy when it comes to that.
Yeah.
do you like performing? Like, do you like?
It's dope. I perform in a heart. Yeah, performing is dope. That's that's the climax to making music is performing it. You know what I'm saying? So you do all the work, you put in all the effort, and then you bust when you perform. I like the bust.
Poetically placed.
It is funny. A lot of times I enjoy someone's music, but when I see them perform live,
It's like, damn, this is ass.
The illustrations.
it's
Yeah,
ass,
yeah.
or it's like, damn, I have to go back and actually really listen because
Yeah,
now I
yeah.
get the intention.
Word,
you know what
word.
I mean? Do you feel like it's the same thing with DJing? Or is that what your main do you, because you make beats and stuff, do
Correct.
you like to perform those, or?
I mean,
No, that's
pretty
why I got
much
no
the,
social media.
the beats go on to be, we record them, we make songs out of them. I don't DJ, but the question is, in terms of DJing is definitely performing. And that's, shit, to be honest, that's the backbone of how hip hop started, was the DJ, you know, with the back and forth, you know what I'm saying? And then all the machines that came after that, which kind of mimic a DJ bringing the beat back on two turntables so the MC could spit over it. You know what I'm saying? So the DJing is definitely performing and is a key ingredient, if not the key ingredient in hip hop.
I concur.
How do you feel about performing?
I think performing is dope. That's one of the best things that help you acquire a new fan. If you kill that stage, you got somebody coming up to you at the end like, yo, you killed that. Word. I'm gonna follow you, or I'm gonna start listening to your joint. You know what I'm saying? Like you said,
Yeah.
it's like, yo, either it's ass or I really gotta go back and start doing the knowledge.
Yeah.
So when you actually put your best foot forward on the performance, it actually helps the artist.
You won't understand what I'm talking about, but someone saying they'll follow, like they like your stuff afterwards, or
Yeah.
like they want to see more, is such a better feeling than a follow on Instagram.
Word.
You know what I
Word.
mean?
'Cause
Like,
you earned that.
You earned that. It's
Yeah,
follow on
yeah.
Instagram is almost
And
like
some of that stuff be ghost, like robotic, like it be fake.
Yeah,
You go to that person's page, you're like, who is this person following me out of nowhere? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, uh-huh.
Word.
Yeah. Would you ever get off Instagram?
Would I ever get off Instagram? No, I don't see no reason to get off Instagram, for real. You know what I mean? I may take a hiatus, but to like delete my page, no, I don't see no reason why.
How do you feel about your kids having social media?
Yeah, that's heavy.
I feel as though they should have it because they're coming up in the social media realm. This is them more than it is anybody else. It's a young human, you know what I'm saying, interaction type zone, whatever you want to make out of that. Is their time, is their way of expressing themselves. So as long as they use it responsibly and not recklessly, by all means, they should have it.
I feel the same way about that, but I also feel that it should commence at a certain age. Like kids from 8 down should not have Instagram. They should not. You know what I'm saying? To be honest with you,
Yeah.
Word up, because you at that age you're still unable to.
They're like heavy on
Right. You're unable to understand what you actually are taking in, and once you start taking that stuff in, which is a lot of negative stuff, you start becoming that, and now it's hard on the parent to veer you out of that.
Yeah. I hiked to a top of a mountain the other day, and I looked out over the like vistas,
Yeah.
and I was like, this is so beautiful. This feels so cool to like see this shit. But I was like, that is the same feeling as like a good Instagram video.
Right.
It's so much easier to get that like dopamine hit
Gratification,
now.
yeah.
But the kids' brains, like, that's how they work.
Mhm.
I feel like I was even the last generation before. I only had a couple years without, internet and all that shit. But it's like, that's how the kids' brains work now. Like,
Yeah.
if you took a phone away from them, it's
They
like you
like- they
took one of their
melt it down.
senses away.
Yeah.
Like, literally, it's like,
Right.
wait, I can't smell anything or I can't see anything now. It's weird.
Yeah, that's crazy, and that is true. It's a way of life for the younger generation now. There's no going back, so don't think that you're gonna snap your finger and make it disappear. This shit is for life right here.
Word. And it's hard because once they attach to this, it's hard for them to complete any task because they always on this. They always on them like, yo, did you do this? Yeah, I'm about to do it right now. Did you do that? Yeah. But, yo, you was on the phone already for like 15 minutes. Put the phone down and do what you got to do. So it's a double-edged sword. You can get information from it. You can get smart off that, and it can also derail you.
How do you feel about pushing your music without it? Like, as someone without social media, how do you push your music?
That's a real good question.
Got
I
me.
mean, you gotta hit the pavement. You gotta pound the pavement. People gotta know that it's out there. Eventually, the music will make its way to social media, whether I put it there or not. You can listen to it and bang, it's right there. So
Word.
it's not like it's gonna be without its social media presence. It's gonna be on there regardless.
Word.
But there's more than one way to skin a cat. Either you throw it on social media, or if the product is dope, people are gonna reach out. They're gonna hear it and find it either way. So either way, the people will get the music.
Can I play the music you guys sent me on my next live stream?
Yeah, why not? Yeah,
I would.
of
I don't
course.
want to like play music that's unreleased, but
No,
I
no,
would
no.
love.
Roll it up
I would
Yeah,
love
yeah.
to play that on
Play
the
it
live
100
stream.
times over.
and dance to it.
Word.
Dance.
And then have Nana recite one of them joints. Word, word.
The live streaming thing is the craziest thing to me because I just started doing that shit, and that shit's like this is recorded.
Right.
It'll be put together and then put out. But the live streaming thing is crazy, and that's like the biggest thing now. I didn't even realize kids love
Going live.
Yeah, going live.
going
yeah,
live where
word,
it's like
word.
literally. It's like imagine if we just had a phone where everyone watching just could
Right.
talk about anything.
It's like
which
going-
is cool, but also
Like a television show. People just tune in.
But
Yeah,
they
yeah.
imagine if they like on a television show, the people making the television show could see what the people are thinking about,
right.
good or bad.
Yeah.
You
I mean,
know
but
what
that's,
I mean?
that's like when you perform in front of a studio audience and people clap. You
Yeah.
know? Obviously, you're not going to get no boos, but
crowd.
yeah, indeed. Word.
In stand-up comedy,
Yeah, you
you
do stand-up,
bomb
right?
a lot.
Yeah,
Yeah.
how's that for you?
Great, I love
Yeah?
it. But you bomb way more than in music. Like if people don't find you funny, if people don't like your music, I feel like they're not gonna get like angry at you. Maybe I'm wrong, but if someone doesn't like your comedy,
Yeah.
they start to get
they feel like, yeah, get out of here.
exactly.
Yeah, they start to heckle you.
Yeah.
Yeah, word.
What's the worst show you guys have ever had?
The worst show. I have yet to encounter that, to be honest with you. I've yet to encounter a worse show.
I got booed at Conway the Machines Festival.
Yeah?
Damn.
What,
Oh,
doing
so you do
comedy?
comedy?
Yeah, he does comedy.
okay,
Yeah.
okay. All right.
So how'd that go for you?
You got booed.
I got
So what
booed.
I'm
They didn't expect me to be doing comedy. And when I got up there, no one wanted to hear what I had to say.
Did you rehearse that shit? Or was
Yeah, I
it,
perform like 2 to 3 times a week.
Okay.
I was just performing last night or two nights ago. I had a show in
Okay.
Connecticut. I love performing, but sometimes, as I said, if an audience doesn't want to hear you do comedy, there's something about comedy that makes people want to talk back. No one's gonna like.
That happens also in concerts too.
Honk,
People throw
honk.
things at you.
Has that happened? Someone throw?
But no, what I'm saying is,
They threw a thesaurus at you, right?
nah. But what I'm saying is, it does transpire in rap concerts too. People throw ice, people throw, and that's how you have the footage of artists
But I think
crashing
that's
out.
when that's when you talking reckless.
Yeah,
shit
yeah.
In a town where you shouldn't be talking.
Word.
reckless
They,
shit.
they try you. They
Yeah,
try you.
yeah.
Word.
I mean,
Yeah.
I don't think I've ever had a bad show. I know back in the days I was in talent shows where I didn't get the reception. It wasn't like the boo thing, but it's like crickets. You know what I'm saying? But I think I was breakdancing at the time, so I was on stage breakdancing, and it was to no applause. But I was a little kid at the time.
Yeah.
That shit
Doing
don't
something
count.
that he loved. Know what I mean?
That shit don't count.
Do you still breakdance?
Non-cipher, no.
Did you watch the breakdancing? That chick who's going viral. I need
didn't
a
see it.
professional's opinion on. Do you know what I'm talking about?
Nah, I know it's in the Olympics, but I didn't watch.
There was this woman from Australia named Raygun.
She
Have
killed
you
it?
seen her?
She killed
No,
it?
it was it was like she like made a mockery of it.
How come,
You've seen it,
how come
right?
somebody?
I've heard
how
about
come
it.
somebody from the States, New York, from the Bronx? That's where you find it. That's the essence of that shit. Or maybe in Japan, right?
Yeah,
Where
yeah,
that shit
definitely.
goes crazy in
Definitely.
Japan. I mean, I didn't see it, so I can't speak on it.
She's doing like the kangaroo hop around the stage at the Olympics.
It was terrible. It was.
Have you seen it? The bad. Yeah.
It was very bad. It was bad for hip hop all the way around. Well, I'd rather
Yeah.
not even talk about that because it was terrible.
It was real
Word,
bad.
for real,
yeah.
for real.
Because there's.
MCing is gonna make it to the Olympics, right?
That could be possible. How long would it last though is the question.
Shit, I think it will last long because everybody in the world MCs. There's a rapper in Tibet.
Yeah,
There's a rapper in the smallest country on the planet.
yeah, this
So
is true.
I think it would be
Hip
it's
hop is
fitness,
universal.
right?
Yeah,
It's fitness,
right.
You know what I'm saying? It's from the cranium.
Mm-hmm.
So I think it would be a good way to compete. You know what I'm saying? And exhibit talent.
Word.
It would have to be freestyling though, right? It would have to be like the best freestyle of the in the moment.
They throw you like 100 words.
Yeah.
And you got to make that rhyme.
'Cause that shit is competitive.
Yeah.
Freestyling freestyling in itself is major competition. Is you're not gonna get outdone by your competitor. Just like how all the other events in the Olympics are. So I could see that shit popping off, right?
Yeah, yeah.
I could see it.
What country would be the worst at hip hop?
See, nah, you can't do that because now
I
if
don't know.
we go tour over there, we done.
Then you getting
yeah,
that egg.
yeah, word. Yeah, nah,
I
we love
don't
all
know.
countries. We love all countries.
I did talk reckless about England on a podcast that went viral, and I'm like, damn, bro, I don't think I could ever go to England. They're gonna cut that clip
Yeah.
and play it
You gotta
everywhere.
be smart. You gotta be
Yeah.
smart.
It'll be super competitive. It'll be super competitive globally because hip hop is everywhere. So don't sleep.
What was
Don't
the
sleep.
single best performance you guys have ever seen?
From my personal experience, it was at the Nassau Coliseum, and it was my man Busta Rhymes. Salute Busta Rhymes. He's probably one of the best, if not the best,
Performer.
performer. And also, I can't leave out Dougie Fresh, but Busta Rhymes, they amazing performer.
Yeah. I think it was that one time Babe Bro took me. It was Babe Bro, it was Av. They all, you know what I'm saying, they pitched in, they purchased a ticket for me. Nas was having a concert in Red Bank in Jersey. And when we went down there, it's my first time a show. And you even saw rappers waiting for Nas to come perform. And that was the best moment right there for me, you know what I'm saying? The best performance ever.
That's crazy. Who's your Mount Rushmore?
Now you asking the wrong person.
Yeah, I don't do that. I don't have that.
No. That's performance.
performance,
But
yeah.
when you pardon me.
I would say all dope MCs are on my Mount Rushmore, from the best of the best, from spanning the 70s, the 80s, the 90s, 2000s, and even the ones that haven't been born yet. They're all on my Mount Rushmore. And there's a tiny little space in there for me.
There you go. Manteca Pai. Now, in reference to, you know what I'm saying, my perspective on that, it would be Big Daddy Kane, it would be Rakim, Nas, Pun, Black Thought.
What about you?
I feel like my Mount Rushmore is people who are influential to me. Like if I was saying the best of all time, it would have to be Wicked Different. You know what I mean? Like the most influential.
Yeah, go ahead. Let us
But
know.
like,
There's too many MCs to
you know what? I
but
did
no,
put
but
you in a box that I don't want to be put in myself.
Yeah, I see you trying to tap dance around that. Yeah.
You guys,
That's a very hard question to answer because MCing is over 50, as we all know, 50 years old. So there was ill MCs in the 70s.
See, but
there was ill MCs in the 80s.
But it
90s.
don't matter. That don't matter though. It's who you listen to the most. It's
But-
who
but
you
then
structure
that-
your pattern or who you. Go ahead.
Then you're only gonna group 4. So that means you only consider 4 in a 50-year genre.
It's my Mount Rushmore
Then
though.
you
You know what I'm
leaving
saying?
out ill MCs. Where's Cool G Rap at?
That's cool. That's cool. That's
Where's
good. Salute,
LL Cool J? You know what I'm saying?
salute to all them.
It's-
That's
it's- you know what
cool.
I'm saying?
That's cool.
In my opinion.
Which that
I mean,
456 album by Cool G Rap, awesome to say the least. You know what I'm saying?
Why don't you
Word
give
up.
us your Mount Rushmore of underrated or unmentioned MCs?
Oh damn! All right. What's my man's name from Boston? My man.
Ed OG?
No. He was Static Select all the time. What's my man's name?
terminology.
Yo, super nice.
He has like 100+
Super
albums
nice.
out. I
You
think
know what I'm saying?
like
So
that.
a lot of
shit's
people
crazy.
don't mention him. Terminology, J Electronica. A lot of people don't mention him. Let's see. What's my man's name? He from Queens. I forget his name though. He just came home from doing a bid. He's super nice, but I forget his name. All right, that's him. And then myself. I would put myself on there, and I think that's basically about it as of right now.
What's the best younger generation artist that you listen to? Like the most like kid, you know what I mean? Like the most new age type music that you'll listen to.
Wow, you caught me out there with that one. When you say younger generation, was that from what year to from like 10 to now?
Yeah.
Woo. Yo no sé. I don't know. Yeah.
Nothing.
Nah.
Not a one.
Rod Wave. My daughter like Rod Wave, so I listen to that.
He's
in the house.
fine. I like Rod Wave.
That's a good question. I don't know.
Probably like 4 or 5 years ago.
My
He's
daughter
like a
listened to
R&B.
him.
He's like a singer type. You know
Yeah,
what I'm.
word.
But he really be talking that like.
Word.
He got his heart. We're
Shout
talking
out
about
to Tutu.
heartbreak. Rod Wave got his heart breaking hard. That's all. He has 4 albums about his heart being broken.
Yeah.
Everybody has had that though, you know what I'm saying?
One-
That's like a universal experience.
100.
You go through that, right? Everybody goes through that. That's like a rite of passage for being a human being. You're gonna get your heart broken at one point. And
Word.
sometimes it's not even really a female, it could be some other shit, right?
Yeah.
You go out for the football team, get cut. That's a gut punch right there, right?
A friend fucking fucks
Yeah,
you over.
yeah. That shit is like
Not getting the job that you thought you
Right.
desired, or you know what I'm
Right.
saying, or belong to.
you got to go through that to align you. Like that's a moment of alignment in your life because it puts you in perspective, and then you're aware of the shit that can happen to you when you make yourself vulnerable to either other people or certain situations.
Yeah. You know what I'm saying?
Whose career in music do you guys like idolize the most? Like who do
You asking the wrong question in reference to that because he don't idolize nobody. Nobody. So me.
Why is that? Can I ask why that
Yeah,
is?
go ahead.
Well, the reason why I refuse to idolize anybody is because when you idolize a person, whether it be an athlete, an entertainer, an actor, a teacher, you put that person up on a pedestal, and no human being is perfect. They're all liable to fuck up, just like I'm liable to fuck up, just like you're liable to fuck up. So I don't hold anybody in that high regard. That's just me. I don't worship nothing, nobody.
Nah, in reference to me though, I believe it's Nas. Word.
His career trajectory.
Yeah, indeed. Because at one time it was crickets for the brother, but he came back and let people know why he the GOAT. That's just
People love a comeback.
yeah.
People
America loves a
love
comeback
like,
story.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's why, I mean, there's a lot of reasons why people don't like Drake. But it's like he never seemed to have like a underdog story.
his
You know
own
what
identity.
I mean? Exactly. You need a little bit of people to be like, well, what's he gonna do next?
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? So what do you see for your future? You don't idolize anyone's career. So what do you see in your future for music? Like, what are y'all's futures?
Just keep making beats, keep making songs, keep doing my thing. It's unstoppable. There's no expiration on talent. I was born with it. I'm gonna transcend with it. So I'm gonna be here doing it.
Word. Nah, you just got to keep adding on, you know what I'm saying, day by day. That's it.
And your project's coming out in September?
Indeed it is.
You're waiting for, who's doing the artwork? Do you know?
Oh yeah, my man Dallas, you know what I'm saying, Create with Dallas. Shout out to him.
Dope.
Word
Is
up.
there anything, there's nothing for you to really promote. You don't got social media. But is there anything else you want to promote?
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? I got a few albums out there. Go check me out. Stack Federal Dollars, available on all streaming platforms. Know what I mean? Do your homework. Do your Googles.
Any final words?
Thank you for having me.
Word.
It was a pleasure. And just, look out for the project, support the project. And,
Materia prima.
Peace
Two.
out to everybody, salute to everybody, and I'll catch you on the next one.
Shout out Gambrinos for letting us record here.
Indeed.
Shout out Blue Jeans. If you want good food in Worcester, go to Blue Jeans.
Send us a check. Blue Jeans.
Wait, you gotta get
hyping
the
y'all
check
up.
from the school?
Yeah. Word.
The school.
Nothing free here. Word. Nothing free here. For real.
Thank y'all for pulling up to Worcester.
Nah, thank you for having us, my brother. Word up. For real, for
and
real.
listen to their music, and I'll be playing on my live stream so people
Indeed.
can hear it before it drops.
Word.
Thank you for
Mantega
watching.
país.
Peace, guys. Peace.
Yeah, yeah. Yeah, yeah. Yeah, 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 yeah. Hey,